Welcome back, everyone. Well, we're going to be watching all Daredevil scenes in 4K Ultra HD She-Hulk. Yeah. So obviously, the most recent episode of She-Hulk, which I've heard is a trash show. I've also heard it's a good show. Depends on who you believe and who you're talking to. It finally had Daredevil show up. A lot of people were watching it just to see Daredevil. We all want to know what's going to happen with Daredevil and Daredevil Born Again in the future. I was a massive fan of Daredevil back in the day, all right? I watched the movie when I was a kid. I thought it was good. Watched it again later in life, and I was like, not so much. Watched the series when it came out on Netflix. My God, it was an amazing show. Loved so much of it. All right? I was so upset when they canceled Daredevil. I'm not going to be watching the full episode of She-Hulk because I actually have not been watching She-Hulk at all. I don't really know anything about She-Hulk. I know it's had a lot of strange moments, a lot of good ones, and a lot of bad ones, and well, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the image right now, and it is so obvious that She-Hulk is CGI. So fucking obvious. It's terrible. But I guess we'll just be watching it this way. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, click the notification bell, and let's tune in and watch all Daredevil scenes in She-Hulk. Let's get started. For the record, I did already watch these, all the scenes he was in from this episode. I'm just going to be commenting on the ones that are, all his scenes. How do I put it? I already know what's going to happen all here. I'm not going to be shocked at anything. It's just going to be funny, okay? I'm just going to give my thoughts on everything. There he is!
I'm here. I had trouble finding
Matthew Murdock.
Sorry, I'm late. Miss Walters will find that Mr. Jacobson's record as it pertains to customer satisfaction to be spotless.
I would say that's a gross invasion of people's privacy based on a very shaky what-if.
Got a product here. The very nature of Mr. Jacobson's...
That is so obviously CGI, my God.
Superheroes necessitates anonymity. May I remind you that the Sokovia Accords have been repealed.
That's interesting. Sokovia Accords are repealed. Didn't think it would be.
Harm them and the people close to them, the ones who didn't ask to be a part of this life. Now, Ms. Walters chose to have her identity be public, but it isn't up to her to choose for everyone else.
Now, obviously, Matt is talking circles around her because he's a far better lawyer.
Not only would it ruin...
All right, he's actually a really good lawyer.
Put a lot of people in a lot of danger, and all over one man's misuse of a suit.
Well, wait this.
Misuse. Oh, he sniffs it out.
Julio, what kind of fuel did you use in your boosters?
Jet fuel. Wait a minute.
What a fucking
Jet fuel in your
dumbass.
boosters? Because that's not what my instructions said.
He's lying.
Just like that.
I know.
Yes, we could.
Mind if I join you? Wanted to extend the peace offering.
So, what's your story, Matt Murdock?
Luke Jacobson made a couple of new suits for me, so I owed him one.
Yeah, he says a couple of new suits. That means it's not permanent, okay? It's not going to be the red and yellow the whole time.
Why, Miss Walters, have you been checking up on me? A hunch.
The expression one for them, one for us.
Yeah.
Well, I run my practice in Hell's Kitchen. And we mostly do pro bono work. The us part. But I do want to...
Is it Nelson, Murdoch, and Page? You got to wonder.
The them part.
Wow.
I think you're in a unique position to do some real good. And She-Hulk can help people when the law fails them.
Ah, yeah, she's got a good-looking man telling her to be a hero, and now she wants to be a hero.
I have to go. Something is
More or less.
come up with work. It's nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too.
Oh, instant connection. What was his idea there? Getting on the car and just, like, doing whatever?
You need to back
It's not really yellow, it's more gold.
You made a mistake when you messed with my client.
Okay, the audio is terrible, the CGI is eh. His abilities here are much better, though.
Remains unwhooped.
The people are like, oh, the laughing is out of character. I mean, is it really? He's talking to She-Hulk. He's not talking to some supervillain.
Very persistent, aren't you?
You're very annoying.
He's got more skills than before. My God. His acrobatics are unparalleled. Even Spider-Man fails to do it. Of course she beat him. She's a Hulk. Regardless of whether she's the real Hulk or not.
Matt? Wait.
I'm blind. Relax. I have a spatial method that I use to see. I basically have really good hearing. Or at least, I did.
Wait, can you tell me that?
Yeah, you kind of got rid of the hearing.
You asked me before immediately trying to whoop my ass.
I'm
That's a fair point.
Yeah, he was dressed as a devil and, and there's the music. There's the music. Okay.
I tell Luke you said that.
No, please don't.
Okay.
Actually, I can't.
It's kind of hard to comment on this because it keeps skipping through everything.
That's what you're wrong. Goons and henchmen are two completely different animals. The henchmen believe in the cause, whereas goons are just there for the paycheck.
That's a good point.
Whatever.
There are 25 goons in the building. 7 below us, 8 in the front, and 10 in the hall.
This is very much the same Daredevil with just a few changes, okay? Obviously the suit's different, and we don't know what's going on. She's very attracted to him, okay?
What? No, it's not. I'm helping.
Why is he laughing? Oh no! I mean, like,
Let's sneak into the side,
he's
take
not
the goons
dealing
aside,
with
take me 50
someone different. He's dealing with She-Hulk.
You just wait here until
He's
I'm
got to
done.
team up with her.
That's not how that math works out.
I'm a Hulk.
Stealth's the way to go, okay? Trust me, I've done this a million times. Just remind me again how many times you've broken into a warehouse full of goons.
Remind me.
Oh, I have echolocation, remember?
Just let me do my thing.
You don't have a thing. You don't ever do this.
Just follow my lead.
Okay, the fight scene is great. Don't tell me it's not. It's I'm having a few too many cuts, but you can still very much see he has the same kind of fighting style. It's not over the top or anything like a lot of CGI. Obviously, the weapons are CGI, but everything else is on point. And here, people are complaining about this whole hallway fight scene being ruined, and it turns red, which is awesome, but I'm like... Obviously, they weren't going to have him do it. Why? It seems like more of a teaser to me.
Eugene, let me give you some legal advice. Stop serious charges. Legally speaking, we
Strategy.
That angle is more as a form of traumatic expression due to undiagnosed PT.
He's a better lawyer than you, Jen.
So the devil ninja guy, he's a lawyer?
I'm just a big fan of legal dramas.
You mean like this show?
really kind of doing it for me.
Okay, apparently she breaks the fourth wall all the time. And she's very sexually attracted to him. Okay.
Secret identity thing you wouldn't understand. Thanks for your help. No, I was the lead superhero. Tomorrow.
Oh.
Hey, maybe next time I'm in town, I can take you out to dinner.
We could skip all of that. Just.
Okay, yeah. What did you expect? These two are complete horn dogs in comics. I never understood this. Getting home, just making out, and then like he's got a massive battle suit he's got to get rid of. And then here's the walk of shame. He doesn't look ashamed. Oh my god. Strange addition with that little extra at the end, but whatever. So, what are my thoughts on this? Daredevil, basically the same guy, all right? A little more lighthearted, a little more happy-go-lucky, but it's She-Hulk, okay? From what I understand, the show is not really very serious, all right? That's one of the major complaints people have with it. I don't know. When She-Hulk first came out, people were saying it was being review bombed and it was being like helped by reviews. I was like, okay, let's be real, okay? A lot of people who aren't even watching it are reviewing it. Okay? So even before the episode came out, it already had good reviews. It already had bad reviews. How? People who didn't even watch it. Okay? There's not that many people who are test audiences or get previews to be reviewers. Okay? It's not that common. All right? But you did have people who were review bombing it, and I could see it from, guys like The Quartering and Yellow Flash, and like, and all these guys. I always bring those two up. Nothing against you two, just saying, you all do this. If you haven't even watched it yet, why are you reviewing it? I get it, you don't title your as a review, you read articles about it. There's a lot of bias in it, okay? And it doesn't mean other people aren't doing it too. People who are in favor of it are not like looking at reviews and shit like a bit positive. I'm not too good at saying that, but let's take a look at this way. Yeah, his fighting style with her was a little weird, okay? You can see a lot of CGI there. You kind of have to because she's CGI. So people are complaining about the CGI, but if She-Hulk is CGI, you're not going to have a stuntman go on, a statue or something. You're going to have CGI take care of that. And then he jumps down. It's like, oh, he's superhuman. But what's funny is you're having people who are complaining that he's too superhuman with his agility, and then he lost to her so easily. I'm like, she's a Hulk. It doesn't matter how skilled he is. All right, their first encounter, he's gonna lose. Okay, just like Batman versus Superman in their first encounter, he lost. He didn't win. He couldn't do much about it. Okay, so what do you really expect? You really expect Daredevil to have a way to do it? I think I saw, what was it? Melanie Mack made a video about this. You know, she's like that former GameStop employee. And she talked about how, what is it? She was like, oh, they have to have her win because, of course, you know, it's her show and she's the woman and she has to win. I'm like, okay, hold up. And then I went through her comments section, and sure enough, I saw this one person said, okay, tell us how Daredevil would win. And she's like, okay, good point. And I'm like, bullshit, you knew. You definitely knew. There was no way for him to win that fight. Okay? What was he going to do? Now, maybe he could have, like, used the environment against her and all that, but he ran off chasing after Leapfrog because he kidnapped his client. Okay? It's that simple. I don't know. Personally, I love Charlie Cox as Daredevil. All right. So good at it. People are forgetting how lighthearted Matt Murdock is compared to, you know, Daredevil. And Daredevil in the comics, let's be real about a couple of things. The Frank Miller version is the most dark one, but before that, he was very lighthearted. He had the yellow suit for a while, and then he got rid of it. If you notice, he said he made him a couple of suits. All right. Which, why is he saying that? I mean, if he's like making suits exclusively for superheroes, that means he's a superhero. She didn't notice. But the idea now is that he's going to be using the red and yellow suit here, and maybe he'll use a different suit in Echo, and then he'll just like go back and forth with a couple of different suits in his own show. And then hopefully we'll get the full red suit as time goes on. But yeah. And then another thing she complained about was that, okay, the attack on men, blah, 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 and then it's like, oh, yeah, you got to have the man who ruined it for her. I'm like, is it really the man's fault that the lawyer didn't ask her fucking client? Like, hey, what happened? Give me all the details. Like, was this in the instructions? Did you follow the instructions properly? She's an incompetent lawyer. I haven't seen this show, but everyone says it. And that enough is to tell me, that there is enough to tell me she didn't even ask. All right, Jen didn't even ask what he did or how he did it. Apparently there's some kind of conflict of interest there because, you know, she's a client of Luke, apparently. And I get that, but yeah, that would never... The show apparently doesn't know anything about law. Probably because Disney's always circumventing the law, so why would they know? You know, you got to make sure the mouse knows how to break the law, and they got to teach you the law in a bad way so that the mouse can continue to break the law. All right? I don't know. Personally, I'm excited for Daredevil Born Again. I think it's going to work. I really do. All right. I'm hoping Echo turns into a decent show. And, you know, who knows? Maybe She-Hulk will be okay next week and they'll actually have a payoff. I don't know. I'm pretty sure y'all saw my video. No, nobody saw my video where I stated why I stopped watching, what's it called? Miss Marvel. Because I want to give the show a chance. I want to give She-Hulk a chance too. But by the time I was starting to film it, I was like, okay, first episode is whatever. Second episode was terrible, so I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to go with that. You know, everything I heard about it, that even the positive reviewers, they just said, oh, it's a fun little show. And I'm like, I'm not really here to watch a legal drama. I'm here to watch, you know, crime-fighting superheroes doing their thing. Maybe I'll watch this in passing, but I won't be reacting to it. No. Yeah. But I don't know. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. Do you think Daredevil's going to be any good? All right. You think they're going to ruin him in his show? And if so, why? I'll probably argue with you about this. Love you all. Thank you for watching my videos, but, you know, tell me what you all think. I do have to say, though, one thing people get wrong about Daredevil, and I didn't even know this myself, is that he's actually a major horn dog. Okay, the guy is he is one of the most promiscuous characters in all of Marvel. Apparently, his body count in comics is twice that of She-Hulk. Like, his body count is similar to that of Wolverine. The difference is that Wolverine is like, what, 200 years old almost? Maybe more? Let's see, he was born in like 1837, 1835, something like that. So he's got a lot more time to sleep with more women. But, you know, Matt Murdock in comics has been known to have a shit ton of one-night stands and short-term relationships. And even in like in the Daredevil series, you get Foggy. I think I have this clip right here.
Matt's always getting involved with the wrong girl, so maybe he just rubbed off on me.
Matt dates a lot.
Date? I wouldn't exactly call it that. He hasn't really been with anyone for more than a month or two. On the plus side, he gets to touch a lot of pretty girls on their faces.
You get Foggy talking about how Matt dates a shit ton of women, and it's never for more than a month or two. All right. And you can even see, like, again, I might have clips for this, I might not. You can see in the early episodes where it shows him how he behaves with women.
Well, that's nice to know chivalry isn't dead. Susan, would you mind walking me around the space?
Of course, my pleasure. As I was telling your associate, this office was barely touched by the incident, which is why it's on the market already. The neighbors weren't so lucky.
All right. He pretends he can't see the woman sticking her hand out, and then it's like, can you guide me around here? And Foggy's like,
it's a girl, isn't it? You got a new phone just for your girls. My life sucks.
Second woman today that's turned me down.
Got a revolving door, do you?
That's not one. I didn't mean it.
Forget it.
oh, like that. And then you get the original Daredevil movie. The moment Jennifer Garner's character of Elektra walks in.
What? Where?
Front door. Not yet, soon.
It's like he can sniff out beautiful women. That's his thing. And then Foggy in that one, who ironically is played by what's his name? Jon Favreau. That's ironic. He's playing Foggy Nelson in that one. And he's like, how do you do this? Here you go again. Another beautiful woman you must mount, right?
A female's in the house. She must be mounted.
She must be mounted. That kind of thing. I don't know. All right, but apparently, yeah, he's a major horn dog and he's constantly sleeping around. All right, so this whole idea of him being Catholic, get past it. Apparently, even in Frank Miller's Daredevil, he's guilty about it, but he's not so guilty he'll stop sleeping with women. All right. Apparently, every woman he sleeps with is more beautiful than the last. Okay, I don't know. All right. Personally, I find sleeping around disgusting, but you know where I'm not going to get into my opinions on that. But yeah, it's a common misconception that, you know, because he's Catholic, he's either saving himself for marriage or at least not sleeping around. No, he's very much sleeping around. All right. Like nothing. Hell, some even argue that they kind of treated his relationship with Elektra in the movie as more of a one-night stand than anything else. Trying to make it seem all nice and romantic, but some have argued that it's actually more of a one-night stand. And technically it kind of is because they didn't really do anything after that. Because, you know, she died. But another thing people don't realize is that Daredevil actually inspired the Ninja Turtles. All right? Ninja Turtles were like more cartoony version of Daredevil. And think about it. The hand, the foot, okay, Master Stick, Master Splinter. You know, Splinter walks around with a stick. And that's his fighting tool. That's kind of the funny thing about it. And they both have, like, they were both created by, like, nuclear waste or something. Or toxic ooze, that kind of thing. Yeah. That's how it is. Personally, I'm excited for Daredevil Born Again. I hate that we have to wait for it. But I have faith. I have faith that at least Charlie Cox is going to be able to pull it off. Okay? Or at least going to get a decent Daredevil with great fight scenes like we saw here. Again, outside of the fight with She-Hulk, there was very little CGI involved. All right, poor cuts, and I take that as a teaser for a hallway fight scene. They're like, yeah, you're not going to get a hallway fight scene here. You got to make sure you tune in to his own show in the future. And I do think the suit is temporary. All right, I think he's going to have another suit ready to go. Maybe it'll be red, maybe it won't. I don't know. All right. Until then, though, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, click the notification bell, and let me know what you all think about Daredevil and what you all think is going to happen. Stay tuned, everybody.